Hi friends, this is Alexis, also known by my friends as Lexi, and I'm a 60-year-old just entering this sexagenarian era. I'm a Leo. I turned 60 back in August. I was born in 1964, so I am the last of the boomers. Hey boomer, that's me. So today, oh, and by the way, welcome to my channel. I'm new here, just starting. This is like my maybe third video, I think. And I'm just trying to figure things out. And the last two videos, I just was all over the place. And I will continue to be all over the place because this space is unedited, mistakes and all. This is what you get. What you see here is what you get from me, period. And things will change as I evolve and learn how to be better. So I hope that you will give this video a like, that you'll give me a chance, give me some comments, and what you want to see, what you want to talk about. And please subscribe. I would appreciate it. It doesn't cost you anything, and it would help me out. I have, what, not even 10 subscribers. So I need all the help I can get right now. We're trying to get this thing going. So today I wanted to talk about being honest and being raw and being frustrated with the aging process. I have never felt inadequate in my age. I got my master's degree at 51 years old. I'm not a dummy, but I'm also not a spring chicken anymore. And I don't grasp things as fast as I used to. And it just frustrates me. My daughter's 26. She's also starting a YouTube channel. And she, catches everything like that. She can edit fast. She can add things and do things and learn things. And she gets frustrated at times, but she can do it because that's her age. She can do that. I cannot. I mean, I had so many meltdowns already today of crying, not because of videos or anything, but we have a kitten, which I mentioned in my first video that I posted. So go back and watch and like it. The kitten, she came in from off the street. I heard her crying one morning, taking my daughter to work, and I'm like, God, that sounds like a cat crying. And then I came home. The crying got incessantly louder, and she followed up the stairs and rubbed against my legs. And I'm like, well, honey, where did you come from? I mean, I'm trying to go in my house. And I put the key in the door. She just walked right in, and she's been here ever since. And that was in October. And we are now January 7th. I think she walked in on October 13th. And she was a little bitty thing, not a little teeny like kitten like this, but she was small on her little face. She still has a kitten face. And she's like a gray and white tabby, I guess, cat with the stripes, the markings, beautiful markings. But this cat just frustrates me so. I know that God sent this cat. We had a cat who passed away in January 2019. He was an orange tabby. His name was Mango. My daughter picked him out. Her godmother had a litter of kittens, and she picked one, and he was the only orange in the litter, and she picked him. We thought he was a girl for like the first maybe 4 months or 5 months that we had him, and we took him in to be what we thought was spayed. And the vet called us back and said, this is a boy, right? And we were like, no, we didn't know. So he was the sweetest thing. He just would lay on us and, make biscuits. He was so sweet. A rascal too, though. He would get into so much stuff, but he was a sweetie pie. This little kitten, and years ago when my daughter was a baby, before my daughter was born, I had a cat. A long-haired, beautiful cat. I've never seen a cat as beautiful as her again. Her name was Kitty Girl. And when my daughter was 2, we had to give her away. And she was the sweetest cat. And she never got on the tables. She never got on the counters. She never did anything. She was the sweetest thing ever. And I thought, okay, all girl cats are like that. this little girl, her name is Little Miss Ma'am Ma'am. We named her Ma'am. My daughter and I had discussed if we got an animal again, because I'm a dog person. I've had dogs since before I was born. My mother had dogs, and I've always had a dog. So cats were new to me, but when we got the cat, like about, I don't know, 30 years ago, she was so sweet. And she also followed us in like this cat, except she was fully grown. I think that where we were living at the time, we had moved in. It was an apartment. And I think that whoever moved out, that was their cat. And they left her. And because she only came to our door, she never went anyplace else. And we coaxed her, and she started coming in, and we started feeding her. And she was with us for years. And she was just the sweetest thing ever. And fast forward now to 2024, because that was in the 90s. So 2024, and we have Little Miss Ma'am Ma'am. What I started to say is my daughter and I decided that if we got another animal, we would name, if it was a boy, he would be Sir. If it was a girl, she would be Ma'am. So that's where the name comes from. So we called her Little Miss Ma'am, but we call her Ma'am Ma'am. That's what she answers to, Ma'am Ma'am. But she is hell on wheels. The biting, the scratching, and I know it's all kitten behavior. We haven't had her spayed yet, and we do know she's a girl. We do know that. But OMG, she just frustrates me. And today she kept biting me. I have a recliner, and the back of the recliner like doesn't flush. So it has that flap, where it's got Velcro, but the Velcro doesn't hold, and the bottom of it just flaps. And so I put tape on it today because she climbs up in the back of it and she pokes my ass through the back of the recliner. It is so funny. And when you turn around, it's so cute. My daughter always peeks over. She's like, oh my God, her paws are coming all the way through. And she pokes me. But she has the sharpest little baby claws and the sharpest baby teeth. Her little nails are so sharp. And it hurts. I have so many scratches. I showed a scratch in my first video. Go back and check that out. But the scratching, the biting, I just couldn't take it today. I freaked out. I started crying, the whole nine yards, Yes, I'm 60. I do still cry. I do. So that's where the frustration comes in. Like, what do you all do when you feel frustrated? Just a little simple thing like that. She's a kitten. There's nothing I can do about it. She's a baby. I don't think she means to do these things, but this is cat behavior, and this is what they do, or kitten behavior. So what am I supposed to do? I can't talk to her and say, well, don't do that, because she doesn't understand and doesn't listen. She's a cat. A dog would be different. A dog would understand. I could train a dog. I don't know how to train a cat. I haven't, how do you do that? I'm sure there are some people that can, but how do you do that? I know Jackson Galaxy does all this stuff with the cats, and I might have to watch him or send him a message. I don't know, because she just frustrates me to the 9th degree. And she just bites, and then she has her little mouth open. She's like, and I'm like, don't do that. Stop it. And she just comes and she bites, but she bites and she pulls. So like it's a pinch with sharp teeth and pulling of my skin. I have so many holes in my thighs and scratches on my arms and my hands. It's ridiculous. Today she poked me in my finger right here, drew blood. So of course I started crying. I freaked out. I'm just in one of those moods. I don't know what it is today. I don't know if I'm having some kind of anxiety. I don't know what's going on, but every little thing today has triggered me. So that's what I just wanted to talk about. Like, what do we do as adults and older people? I don't know who's watching my videos. I'm sure the girly pops are not watching this. But anybody who's older, any in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, what do we do? And I know somebody 30 is going to say, that's not old. It's not old, but it's older than the 20-somethings. So this is where I'm going with this. It just, I try to really always give myself grace. But it just, the frustration today was like on 100. And I'm just like, what the freak? What is going on with me? I do meditation. I do deep breathing. Sometimes I do tapping. Those things do calm me down, but in the moment, I'm not thinking about that. I'm just like going off on this little kitten, which, she's a kitten, she's a baby. I wouldn't do that to a baby. So, it just frustrates me. Really, it's just so frustrating. I just don't know what to do with myself. Why am I getting so frustrated over this cat? And another thing that frustrates me that I wanted to talk about today is learning new things at an older age. Like I started off in the video saying, I got my master's at 51. I'm not a dummy. I know how to do things. But this learning curve for YouTube, I've watched a million videos, literally. How to start YouTube, how to do this. You're not doing this. You're not uploading right. You're not down. It's just overload. Too much. Overload. I don't want to hear it anymore. I'm just going to post raw, me, unedited, mistakes and all. And hopefully you all will enjoy it. Because the whole process of using Canva, using YouTube Studio, I use Villo, I think that's how you pronounce it, VLLO, right now for editing. And I'm doing everything on my phone. I have an iPhone Pro Max, iPhone 16 Pro Max, 1 terabyte. And so we're using our phones, my daughter and I both, to start this channel off until we really want the DJI or something similar. We found something that's similar to a DJI and not as costly because I don't have $700 laying around. I don't even have $2 actually, I have $3 laying around right now, which is supposed to go into a birthday card for somebody so that they can buy themselves like a lottery ticket or something, and I haven't even done that yet. So that's not even my $3. And so yeah, I'm on a strict budget. I get one income a month. I'm on Social Security disability. And so to keep a roof over our head, that's where my money goes. So to have to buy all these different little gadgets and things, we can't do it right now. That's not the thing. I don't know. I hear some of the young people talking about, what's it called? Feet Finder or something. I'm like, I might need to sell some feet pics so that I can get on with this YouTube situation. And I'm not above doing that at all. Not above doing that. And I have research, but it's like 86 something dollars to get on there, $80, and then with the taxes. So yeah, I don't have $80 right now for that. So I've got to just do this the slow way. That's it. But the frustration, it just really bugs me. And I just need to figure out what to do as a 60-year-old. I feel like I'm doing all the things, giving myself grace in those moments, trying to sit down, take a deep breath in through my nose and exhale through my nose. I do that a few times. I love Boho Beautiful on YouTube. I love her meditations, and I do those on a regular basis. I used to do, when I very first started doing the transcendental meditations, I started with Oprah. And then Oprah would do that with Deepak Chopra. And I love those meditations. And that's what really got me started. So I would do one every morning. I would get up at 5 a.m. and I would do that. And then I would do one every night before I went to bed, just to calm me and center me. And I love that. And that made a big difference when I had gone back for my bachelor's degree at 45. That helped me because the anxiety there was on 100. I was an adult learner, but I was still in school with other students who had just graduated high school, even though we had an adult learning school, but we also had some of those students as well. And these young people, they know everything and, la-di-da. Well, la-di-da. I'm doing the best that I can, and it's a struggle. And as we get older, I never thought about it before. And I'm like, as we get older, the struggle, to just have a complete thought sometimes. I'm talking sometimes, and I'm going on and on and on, and I lose my train of thought. If somebody interrupts me, I'm like, damn it. Like, don't interrupt me. I'm losing my train of thought, So yeah, it's just crazy, and it happens to everybody, and I know that, but it's like, wow, I never thought about it until now. Well, I've never been 60 until now either. But just learning this, it's like, it's so much. Learning how to upload your video, going to YouTube Studio, all the different things you need to do in YouTube Studio before you upload your video. Like, I've been trying to put the different things under your video, where you write your description and you put whatever tags you have or anything, and none of that ever comes out. And my daughter doesn't, and all of hers are there where you can click on it and go to whatever. And I'm like, well, why doesn't that happen for me? She's like, well, you need the verification first. I'm like, well, it didn't ask me about a verification. So why didn't it ask me if it saw that I had all of this HTTPS information down there, all the URLs down there? So that just frustrates me, and then certain things like, I ask my daughter because I don't have anybody else to ask. There are so many young YouTubers that I watch, and a couple of them who live here in Charlotte, and they do videos, and I would love to ask them to teach me and show me. I don't have money for that, They're not going to say, oh yeah, old lady, sure, we'll show you. No, they're not. So I don't have the money for that. So I have to figure this stuff out on my own. And I watch these people who are 60, 70, 80. There are a couple of people that I follow who are in their 80s. One lady, I can't think of her name at the top of my head. She started her video channel at 68, I guess a lifestyle channel, doing makeup because she was watching all the girly pops and she couldn't find anybody who was in their 60s, in their sexagenarian era like her, to do makeup. So she started doing it herself. And I'm like, that's fabulous. She has about almost 300,000 followers on her channel. And I think that's wonderful. And she's 81 and still posting, still doing videos. I mean, who knows? Maybe she has somebody who edits and does things for her. I don't have that. There's another gentleman named Mike. He does videos. He's 80. His videos are lovely. And he tells you how to do things and stuff. His motto is, I think it's, if you're not dead, if you ain't dead, you ain't done. I love that so much. And so I'm like, yes, I'm not dead. So I'm definitely not done. And I'm 60. 60 is young. I graduated school in 1982. I feel like my body really is like an 80-year-old at some points. But my mind, I feel like I'm still that young 80s girl going to the clubs, graduated high school, going to the clubs, having fun, driving with my friends, doing things. I still feel like her, but my brain is not like her. So it's just hard for me. I'm a step-by-step learner. So I need to like write everything down step by step. Like I need a schematic. I need it to be written down for me step by step by step. And then I can follow it. And after a few times, I may get it, I may not. But at least I will have that to always look at. Just like a recipe. There are some things that we make over and over again, but you still go back to that recipe. Well, that's what I need. I need a recipe to tell me how to do the things that I want to do. And as far as editing and uploading. So that's why right now my channel is unedited, mistakes and all. Because when I edit things, I don't know, I forget things. Like yesterday I posted a video. I didn't make notes first, so I was just talking off the cuff, going on and on, as I do. And I was saying about festival on St. Croix in the Virgin Islands, which is where I come from, and where I was raised, I should say. And Christmas time is our festival, like Carnival on the other islands, but we call it festival. It's the Crucian Christmas Festival. I know that. I've known that since I was 6 years old. So I get on there and I say, yeah, the festival in St. Thomas. I'm like, lady, what the hell are you talking about? And I didn't even realize that I did that. And I posted my video and I happened to be watching it because I didn't watch it and do all the little edits to it, because I'm like, you know what, it is what it is. So I had to put a blurb in the notes on my video to say, I misspoke. And I said St. Thomas. Clearly, I know St. Thomas Carnival starts the end of March, goes through into April, where they have their carnival. We have a festival. Every island is different. And I know this, but I still blurted it out. So I know if anybody's watching that and they're screaming at the screen, and nobody's watching. I've had 7 views, so nobody's watching. But, you know, maybe the people who watch don't know. But I'm sure if there's any of my Virgin Island peeps watching, they're like, what is she even talking about? So those are the things that frustrate me, and just trying to learn how to fix those things. So I figured, I'm me. This is me in the raw, honest, is what you see is what you get here. So these are what my videos are going to be right now until I could do better, till I have a better, I don't have an aesthetically pleasing view. Right now I'm sitting on bed in my bedroom with all the clutter and junk over here. So disregard that. This is like my little makeshift nightstand right here, because I use like these cubes I have from IKEA, and they have like 4 squares where you could either put baskets in or fill them with everything. And one of them was my night table, but it's all full of a bunch of other stuff right there. So it's like, ah! So the decluttering is happening. We did start doing it last month. And so, you know, basically we will continue. We will continue. It'll be ongoing probably until spring, when the spring cleaning starts. Hopefully by then we will be finished. But yeah, so just tell me in the comments, what do you all do with that, with frustration, or when you're trying to, you know, learn something? I mean, I'm trying to better myself and learn something here and see where this takes me. I do want to be a content creator. I think it's so cool. I've wanted to do this for years and never did. So now it's my time. Maybe I should have started when I wanted to, like about 15 years ago. I was younger then. My brain was working, but by now I would be a pro. But everything happens in God's time and as it's supposed to happen. So I can't be mad at that. 2025 was the year to do it. And I'm like, yes, 2025 is coming. We thrive in 2025, and I am going to thrive, and I'm going to really hone in and focus on doing YouTube videos and trying to put up at least 1 video, maybe 2 every single day, because I'm just doing it on my phone, just talking and chatting. And that's what we're going to do here until I can figure things out. And I don't know if I want to call them anything, like, is this an episode, a series, you know, just vlog number 1, vlog number 2, you know, those kind of things. I don't know what to do. I think this is going to be an episode in my life right now. And this is episode 3, because this is my 3rd video, or video 3, vlog 3, whatever we want to call it. And I was watching some people, and they were like, you know, everybody's looking now for authenticity and being authentic and just sitting around and talking. And a lot of the older people are going back to that. You know, the girly pops have it on lock with all the aesthetic, beautiful videos, especially all the young women who live in New York City. I watch all those videos. I love them. I live vicariously through them. They're shopping and going to Levain, is it Levain and La Dorie, and going all over all the different restaurants and things. I love watching those videos. I love it. You know, going into the Oculus, taking the train, going to work, all those different things, going up to the, what's it called? The vessel, all those things, you know, seeing the Statue of Liberty, all the things that I miss growing up. You know, I was born in New York in the Bronx, and we left New York when I was 6 to move to the Virgin Islands, my mother and I. But I went home every summer. I love New York City. Like I said in my video yesterday, if I had the money today, there would be 2 places that I would go. New York City, Manhattan, downtown is where I want to live, or Santa Monica. I want to be near the beach, near the Santa Monica Pier, Venice, all of that. Those are the 2 places that I would find myself, besides Europe. I've always wanted to live in Europe. I would love to live in the countryside of Paris. I would love to live in London, maybe on the outskirts of London somewhere. So yeah, those are things that I enjoy watching videos about that stuff. I enjoy all the little girly pops. I love them. I've learned so many things from them because I'm older now. The way I apply makeup is different. Everything is different now. And this whole thing, well, we'll talk about this in another video. the everything shower. We'll talk about that. Stay tuned. But I've learned so many different things, like the winter arc. You know, I've learned so many things, and those things have helped me understand, okay, there's new times of times are changing. You know, so we have to get into new things, which is why YouTube, I decided to do YouTube. But the frustration of my mind trying to learn all of this and keep it in and do it is like overwhelming. So let me know your thoughts. What do you think? How do you handle this? Are you on YouTube? Do you have a YouTube channel? If you do, put it down in the comments so I can watch you and I can subscribe. Because I'd like to know, how do you do these things? How do people do this? I know everybody starts somewhere. I feel like most of these people have started, the first day they started, they got like 1,000 views and 500 subscribers. I really do. I'm like, why is this going to take me years? Because I don't have years for this. This is it this year. If I can't do this between now and December and make it work for me, then I don't think YouTube is for me. And I will move on to something else. Like I said, there's always Feedfinder. I will move on to that. Okay, everybody, my beautiful friends out there, thank you for watching me. Please give this video a thumbs up. Please comment. Just give me some positive feedback, some encouragement. I would appreciate it. And please, please subscribe to my channel. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free. And even if you don't watch me, please subscribe. It helps. It will help me get to the next level, whatever that is. I just need the first at least 100 subscribers. That would be amazing for me. I'm not trying to be Mr. Beast or any of those people, or what's his name? PewDiePie or whatever his name is. I'm not trying to be those people. I'm just me. I just want, if I could get, my God, 1,000 followers, that'll be like getting 100,000 in a plaque for me. I'll make my own plaque at that point. So please subscribe. I thank you so much for giving me your time, listening to this sexagenarian 60-year-old lady run on about absolutely nothing. But thank you. And I will see you in my next video. Deuces.